How many special teams tackles does a player need before you start paying attention? Is it 4, maybe 5? What about 6? Well, in week 1 of the 2025 CFL season, Montreal's Alexandre Gagné made himself impossible to ignore, racking up 7 special teams tackles in a single game. Before we break down how rare that is, if you're into CFL special teams content like this, hit like and consider subscribing. It helps the channel grow and make sure that you won't miss what's next. Now, Gagné has always been a name that I've recognized, mainly because of how often he shows up on the stat sheet. In over 100 career games, he's averaged about 1 special teams tackle per outing, and that doesn't happen by accident. But I really started paying attention in 2024 when Montreal's long snapper went down and Gagné stepped in despite never handling full-time snapping duties at the pro level before. He delivered clean snaps, he protected well, and the kicking game didn't miss a beat. That stretch proved something to me. Gagné is more than just a depth piece. He's essential to Montreal's success. He led the team in special teams tackles that year, earned a contract extension, and came into 2025 already dialed in. Week 1 home opener. Montreal's hosting the defending Grey Cup champs, the Toronto Argonauts, in a grudge match from last year's Eastern Final. Emotions were high, and before kickoff, Gagné lit a fire in the locker room.
Honestly, Toronto, I couldn't care less about them. What happened last year, we did it to ourselves. Let's concentrate on us. Let's focus on us. Let's be the best version of the Montreal Alouettes.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Let's go do the best thing we can do and beat them. Yeah. Let's go. How's on 3? 1, 2, 3.
And then he backed it up. First kickoff of the game, Gagné chases down a 70-yard boot from Jose Maltos and finishes the play. That's number 1. Tackle number 2 comes in the second quarter. He's the up back on a Joseph Zima punt, and when the returner breaks loose, Gagné fills the lane and drops him after 8 yards. Tackle number 3 was textbook. Zima drops a 56-yard bomb that dies at the 1-yard line. The returner's forced to scoop it, and Gagné flies in from the left to hold him to a 12-yard return. That's 44 net yards for Zima. After a scoop and score by the Alouettes defense, Gagné is back out for another kickoff, and again, he finishes the play with a clean wrap-up. That's number 4. The 5th tackle was on another Maltos kickoff. The returner bobbles it, slips a tackle, but Gagné is there to clean it up inside the 30-yard line. Late in the third quarter, Gagné lines up as a punt protector. He gets tripped up on the return, but manages to recover. He takes a perfect angle, seals the edge, and delivers another clean tackle along the sideline. That's number 6. Then, early in the fourth quarter, Zima places a punt on the 2-yard line. Gagné goes in unblocked, flies downfield, and records tackle number 7. And just like that, he ties a CFL record. Only 7 other players in league history have hit that mark. The last to do it was Mike Miller in 2019, who's now the Winnipeg Blue Bombers special teams coordinator. And before that, it hadn't been done for nearly a decade and a half. And now, Gagné joins that exclusive club and sets the Alouettes franchise record. To put it in perspective, the league leader in 2024, Jack Cesar, had 22 special teams tackles all season long. Gagné hit 32% of that in just one night. He nearly had number 8 too. It was the final kickoff with 34 seconds left. He gets a hand on the returner but just can't quite get there. He was so close. Look, he didn't score a touchdown or make a highlight reel pick. He just made plays, 7 of them, on special teams where it's hardest to stand out. And that's why this stuff matters. Most people aren't tracking who made the tackle after a 9-yard return, but those plays flip the field. They kill momentum and they win games. And when you get 7 of them in one night, you're not just doing your job, you're dominating it. Gagné didn't tie a CFL record by accident. This is who he is every single week. He covers kicks, he makes tackles, and he steps in as a long snapper when needed, and he does it all without fanfare. Special teams guys like him don't always get the spotlight, but CFL games are won in the margins, and Gagné, he lives in those margins. He's not just a depth piece, he's not just a role player, he's one of the best at what he does, and he proved it on opening night. So if you weren't watching before, maybe it's time that you start.
Welcome to Montreal! Welcome to the nest! Enjoy every second of it! Let's go! How's on 3? 1, 2, 3!
This is exactly the kind of stuff I cover here at Between the Goalposts. The plays that don't make the highlight reel, but win football games. The guys who don't get headlines, but make a difference every single week. If you're into that, the real nuts and bolts of football, hit like and subscribe and stick around. We'll keep giving special teams the attention it actually deserves. Thank you for watching and have a good day.